All right, let's do this. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the edition of the Uper Farmers Cigar. We'll call this a deck talk. I'm actually out on my front porch. Um, Super excited to be out here. There might be some wind kicking up. Um, it's not the best day to be shooting a video smoking a cigar on your porch deck outside. But damn it, I'm ready. Let's do it. What are we drinking? What are we smoking? From the ever popular Blackbird, we have their Cocoa. Kind of fun little cigar there. New cigar for me. I haven't had this one before. I went on a limb though and bought a 6-pack. They're on a sale on a 6-pack, so I went and bought one. It's definitely a Maduro cigar, a lot darker than like I usually go for, but hey, I like my Blackbird tobacco cigars. I'm enjoying this one. Nothing wrong with it. And even being a darker cigar, it's not super strong. For the beer tonight, or today, we have an Irish Nitro Stout from O'Hara's. O'Hara's? I think that's how you pronounce that. O'Hara? O'Harry's? O'Harry's? Let's go O'Harry's. Nitro Stout, if you guys haven't had these before, you don't pour them like you do for traditional. Oh, that thing keeps going out. You might have to see my hand go into view real quick. To light it real fast. The wind is kicking it out. Hopefully the wind isn't kicking the microphone too hard in these videos. If it is, I'm very sorry. You do a Nitro Stout, you actually do a hard pour into your glass. You don't do a soft pour. You kind of let it sit there for a minute. So let's pour this real quick. Nice hard pour. Beautiful. That's what it looks like. You gotta let it sit for a while the nitrogen bubbles. Still a little left in there. I might have to pour some more in a little bit, but we'll let it sit for a second. Let those nitrogen bubbles kind of settle. We'll go from there. Put this over here, hopefully, so it doesn't blow away. What are we talking about tonight, though, or today? I keep saying tonight. You can clearly say it's daytime. I'll give you a quick little peek. There's my front view. We'll keep her focused in on there. As the video says, I gotta talk about it. This red heifer conspiracy. It is trippy. I went down a bit of a rabbit hole the last couple of days looking into this, researching it. I do tonight. I'm planning on reading the actual Bible verses about the red heifer. Mostly I've been watching a lot of conspiracy theory videos. Let's try this now. Looks like that's settled. You never had a nitro. The bubbles are a lot finer. It's supposed to make it smoother. Not bad. Not bad. Very light stout. Does not have a lot of teeth to it. Not very thick or anything like that. Don't mind it. Don't mind it. I'm going to drink it. So anyhow, this red heifer. So if you guys don't know, rumor has it that, well, it's not really rumor anymore. It's been confirmed by a few different sources that a bunch of red heifers or red cows were sent from Texas to Israel. If you're not familiar, in the Old Testament, I believe it's Numbers. If I remember when editing, I'll try to put up the actual Bible passage, what I'm going to read tonight. That's the only thing I haven't done is actually read the source material, which I'm doing tonight. I like to jump into conspiracy theory, just get lost in it, take it all at face value, take it as they present it, and then kind of do some of my own research. So I am in the, just kind of diving right in. So what it is in Jewish tradition, whenever they have to build something, like build a temple, they have to cleanse their tools and cleanse the building site. And apparently in Numbers, there's a Bible passage that talks about it must be consecrated with the blood of the red heifer. Now, apparently there has not been a single red heifer sacrificed in over 2,000-3,000 years. I think it's 2,000 years. Maybe closer to 3. Now that I actually say that out loud, that makes sense too. Because that's when the last temple was built, was 3,000 years ago. Again, I'm going to check all these dates and stuff But let's just go with what the conspiracy theorists are saying. Now, for those of you who don't know about Middle East politics, one of the points of contention is that sitting on the Temple Mount, where the Jewish temple is, where you're supposed to do all your sacrifices, and all Jewish people are supposed to travel there on a regular basis. We might just have to abandon the old fire pit there. It was on the Temple Mount. Well, currently, a Muslim mosque, the big dome one you've seen photos of course, sits on the Temple Mount because that area fell to the Muslims, who then destroyed the temple at the Temple Mount, and then they rebuilt their mosque, and it's been sitting there, I want to say, for 1,700 years. I don't know exactly for sure. It's been there for a very long time. So what that means on a couple of different levels. Now, let's go through all the different theories. One, there's a theory that when these red heifers, which apparently were extinct for about 1,700 years, until some variants of genes were found in cows in Texas, and then some Jewish farmers Jewish farmers started raising these heifers to become the red heifers, using different breeding practices and whatnot to, again, get the genes they want. It's very interesting. We do know that that part's true. Now, the interesting part is that Hamas, when they attacked Israel, the rumor is, the rumor is that they attacked them when they found out about these red heifers and found out they were being shipped to the Middle East, to Israel. Why is that significant, you might ask? Well, here's why that's significant. It's because that means that the Israelis are thinking about, or at least suggesting, that they're going to attack the Muslim mosque on Temple Mount, because that temple has to be destroyed before the new temple can be built in its stead. So those people who suggest that this attack that happened from Palestine into Israel was in a direct response to these red heifers being found, being bred, and being shipped to Israel. So that's, again, a conspiracy theory. No one has actually officially came out and said that. So interesting for sure. And supposedly at the beginning of Passover, in about 2 weeks, is when they're going to sacrifice one of these red heifers. And that is also kind of meaning that you can't have a temple. You don't need to build a temple if you don't have an area to build. So a lot of people are speculating that maybe they are doing this as almost a declaration of war, that they are going to take back what they believe is rightfully theirs. Now, there are others who suggest that this is going to bring on the end of the world, that this is some Jewish people who are trying to bring on their coming of their Savior. If you don't know anything about religious history, Catholics believe Jesus was the Messiah. People who remain Jewish think Jesus was just a good guy, that he wasn't actually the Messiah. Again, not really putting my opinion in here. Well, of course, my opinion is that Jesus was the Messiah. Are they trying to bring on the end of the world? Is this a declaration of war? Who knows? Definitely not I. This thing is just going to pot. Just going to let that kind of smoke and smolder. Sorry to my neighbors. Maybe enough wind will kick it back open. So this red heifer is going to be sacrificed apparently in 2 weeks. And depending on what you believe, it either means that this is out and out war, that Israel is going to try and blow up the Temple Mount and destroy it. This means that they're trying to bring on or call in the Messiah, which for Catholics is the end times. That's Revelation stuff, when Jesus comes back again. For Jewish people, not so, not really what they believe. They do believe that that is the Messiah will come and save them and take them to the promised land, but that it'll be more of an earthly promised land that they're going to see. So we'll see. All the sources I read do say that it's going to happen. On Passover, they're going to sacrifice it. That what happens next? Again, conspiracy theories abound. Man, I think it's just smoking away as to what's going to happen. Who knows? Again, kind of my logical side, the declaration of war does make sense. This is a pretty serious move. It would put a lot of the combat and conflict going on into perspective, and explain like why this attack happened when it did. I would have to say if there was a prophecy out there about destroying the Vatican if you did a certain sacrifice and someone did it, me as a Catholic would feel threatened, feel like we're being attacked. So that makes sense to me. Are they trying to bring on the end times? That's not for us to bring on, in my opinion. As a Catholic, we can't pick. We don't know the day or the time or the hour when Jesus is going to come back. So I don't really think they can arbitrarily pick it like that. I don't think that's how that works. Maybe I'm wrong. Who knows? Will something happen? I'm pretty sure something's going to happen in the Middle East. What's going to happen? I don't know. That does sound like a declaration of war to me. So take that as you will. Is this going to be the actual linchpin that starts World War III? It could be. That is very possible that this is going to cause the full-out global war. Like I said, it's an interesting thing to kind of dive into. There's a lot of stuff going on with the eclipse and the arrival of these cows and other signs and Bible passages. If you really start digging into the lore or the conspiracy theories, tons and tons of rabbit holes you can go down. I've been going down a lot of them. So yeah, if you want a fun little get lost, if you're into Bible passages, there's lots of references to different passages. I recommend if you do go down this rabbit hole, pull out your own Bible. Don't just listen to the people. Whew, big B. Actually pull your Bible, read the Bible passage, see what it says to you, like I'm going to do tonight. Who knows, maybe I'll do a little update video after this one, kind of update after I read through. I wanted to just present this to you guys. Just bizarre. A lot of stuff's lining up, but as a great mind once said, things only really line up when you start looking for them to line up. So you only find these coincidences like the Nostradamus poems. You only find the coincidences once you go looking for them. You only find the connections once you go looking for them. So is that all this is? Is people are just looking and they're finding? Or is there more to this? Who knows? I certainly don't. It's fun. I do enjoy reading and watching and talking about this type of stuff. Is it going to happen? Who knows? But anyway, folks, I'm going to get out of this wind because it is doing horrible things to my cigar. My fire can't stay lit, and that temperature dropped. But we succeeded, even if it is the end times. I got back out outside on my porch, on my deck, to have a cigar and have a video with you guys. Hope you all stay safe out there. Hope you're having a good one, and we'll see you on the next one.